Hey friends, welcome to the first ever episode of Prep Like a Pro. I'm your host, Renee. I'm super excited to share with you some quick and easy prep tips to feed your family well, to prep and prosper in the kitchen. So a little bit about me, I'm from Oklahoma. I started my meal prep business in 2017 when I found myself a single mom of two girls at that time in junior high and high school. And I still wanted to be the present mom. So I did what I knew how to do, and that was cooking from my home. I started meal prepping for a couple of my teacher friends, and that quickly grew. A little Facebook group of 7 people grew to about 200 people in a matter of months. And I learned very quickly that I needed to learn how to do business. So I got licensed and rented a kitchen, and Ready Made by Renee was born in 2018. Since then, I have prepped for hundreds of customers. I cater banquets and events and office events and lunches, and I love feeding people. So I'm super excited to share some quick and easy tips in the kitchen to get your meal prep done for the week for busy families. So today we're gonna work on barbecue chicken loaded sweet potatoes. And we're gonna take that Instant Pot chicken and we're gonna turn it into not only the barbecue chicken, but also chicken burrito bowls. And then we're gonna prep some little protein bites for you to carry out the door with you. Just some easy grab and go lunches to make your lunch easier. So I'm super excited to share some quick and easy menu items and use the Instant Pot to get some meals prepped for you for the week. So let's get started with our baked rice. That's going to be the base of our chicken burrito bowls. Okay, so we are going to start with our rice. We're going to do the rice and get it prepped for our chicken burrito bowls. We're going to spray the bowl just a little bit. We're going to throw in a stick of butter, a whole stick of butter. I know, don't judge. And then 2 cups of jasmine rice. I like to use jasmine rice instead of brown rice because it just cooks through a little bit better. It's softer for those burrito bowls. We're going to get this in the oven before we get our chicken started because it's going to take just a little bit longer. So you can do any kind of chicken broth, beef broth. I'm using organic vegetable broth because I have a vegetarian in my house and she doesn't like to do meat. So we do chicken, or we do vegetable broth for her. I'm going to do just measure out 2 cups of broth. And like I said, you can do beef broth. If you're staying away from the sodium, of course, use a low sodium. You can do chicken broth, you can use chicken bouillon. You can really do whatever you want to with it. We're going to throw a hearty amount of salt in there. Let's get some salt and some pepper just to give it a little seasoning. You could even come in with some taco spice, with some cayenne pepper, really anything that you want to do. And we're not going to do much with that. And then we're going to add in, let's go ahead and do another cup. Or maybe half a cup. You want to do 2 cups of broth to 2 cups of rice. And then we're just going to pop that in the oven for 345 degrees for about 45 minutes and let that bake through. And it'll be ready to go here in just a little bit. We'll come back to that. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to stick that in the oven. We're going to come back and get our chicken ready to go. So next we're gonna get our chicken ready. And the great thing about doing Instant Pot chicken is that you can do this on the weekend and prep chicken for 3 or 4 different meals. So today we're gonna prep chicken for chicken burrito bowls and barbecue chicken loaded sweet potatoes. So I love an Instant Pot, and I know a lot of you are afraid to use Instant Pot. This is not your mama's Instant Pot, I promise you. I have used Instant Pot, for almost 8 years now. Absolutely love how an Instant Pot works. So for this one, we're just gonna throw some onion in the bottom of the Instant Pot. We're gonna do some salt and pepper. We're gonna throw our chicken in there. Just gonna stick it right in the bottom. We'll throw the chicken on top. We're gonna cover it with water. And then we're gonna set it and forget it. Isn't that what they say on TV? Set it and forget it. We don't want too much water in there. We're just gonna make sure that it covers the chicken. We're just gonna throw a little salt and pepper in there, just enough to give it a little flavor. Now, if you were doing something like chicken salad or some kind of Tex-Mex, and we are gonna do chicken burrito bowls, but I don't wanna season that chicken with any other spice because we're also putting barbecue on it. So we're just gonna salt and pepper it, and it's gonna be perfect like that. So we're gonna set this to 20 minutes, and we're just gonna leave it and let it do its magic, and it's gonna create a ton of steam, and it's gonna freak you out because you think it's gonna explode, but this is definitely not your mama's pressure cooker. They are absolutely amazing. So we're gonna let that go. We're gonna come back to that in just a little bit. So we are going to get our sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot. And again, I love, love, love Instant Pot. And I make these loaded sweet potatoes for my customers in my kitchen all the time. And they're always asking, what did you do to those sweet potatoes? Why are they so good? Well, the trick is Instant Pot. So when you do sweet potatoes or hard-boiled eggs, and this makes the best hard-boiled eggs ever, like 6 minutes, and they're wonderful. You use a little insert that came with it, stick it right down inside, just put a little tiny bit of water in there. And then we are going to take some olive oil and drizzle it on our sweet potatoes. Then we're just gonna give them a little rub. You're gonna massage them. Just make them happy before you put them in. And we're gonna stick them right on top of that insert. And the olive oil is what's gonna make that skin super soft. And as it steams inside the Instant Pot, they're just gonna be perfect. And my customers love, like this is one of the most popular barbecue loaded baked sweet potatoes. They absolutely love it. So we're gonna turn this on, and they don't take long in the Instant Pot. We're gonna turn this down to about 10, and we're just gonna leave it and let it go. And if you're cooking and doing some other things in the kitchen, let the steam release on its own. The beauty of this is you can sit it off to the side. You can go on and cook some other things. Like if you're cooking or prepping on a Saturday for meals, you can sit this off to the side, just kind of let it do its thing. The longer you leave it in there, the softer your sweet potatoes are gonna be. But you also don't wanna overcook them because then they're gonna get mushy and you won't be able to pull them up out of the pot. So there's kind of a science to using an Instant Pot. But again, not your mama's pressure cooker. They are wonderful to use. I have an army of Instant Pots in my kitchen when I cook for customers, just lined up on the counter. Everything from potatoes to eggs to chicken. I've even done like ground beef and ground turkey in the Instant Pot. Like if you're gonna start a chili or something and you can saute in the bottom of them. So they're just an amazing little kitchen tool. If you don't have one, and a lot of you may have one already because, you know, Black Friday, especially for the last couple of years, they have had Instant Pot, something that's always available Black Friday. And a ton of people have said to me, I own an Instant Pot. It's in my kitchen. I've never used it. Well, pull it out and use it. They're a wonderful little tool in your kitchen, and they make meal prep a breeze. Like I use Instant Pot all the time for customers. So what we're doing is meal prepping our sweet potatoes. We're gonna have barbecue chicken on top of the sweet potatoes, and then we're gonna take that chicken that we prepped a little bit ago, and we're going to turn it into chicken burrito bowls as well. So we're gonna have 2 different meals from using our Instant Pots today. So come right back and we'll have some more to share with you. Okay, so we're gonna prep some peanut butter protein balls, and these are great to just throw in your fridge. Like I had my kids when they were home, they loved having these peanut butter protein balls. They're vegan because we're gonna use vegan protein powder. Our sweet potatoes that we got ready to go here in just a little bit. So while we're waiting on those to cool down, we're gonna get these protein balls ready. So these are great to have in your fridge. I would make a little bowl of these and they would never last. Like my kids would go through them like crazy. So I'm not measuring out this honey. It says to do about a cup and 3/4 of honey. We're just gonna use the whole thing because I mean, can you really go wrong with too much honey? I don't think so. So we're gonna do about 2 cups of peanut butter. We're gonna stick this in the microwave for just maybe 30, 40 seconds just to get it combined. You know, you want that peanut butter to be a little bit soft. So when you put your other ingredients into it, it's just gonna mix right in. So into this, let me pop that in the microwave for just a minute. We'll be right back. So when that comes out, we are going to add in our protein powder and our oats. I use gluten-free oats just because we have gluten sensitivity in our family, but you could absolutely use any kind of oats that you want. Sometimes I like to throw my oats in the blender and just kind of chop them a little bit, and it gives them kind of a floury feel, but you absolutely don't have to do that. This is one of those recipes that is completely versatile. You can add anything to it that you want to. My daughter loves to add chopped nuts to it. You can add some flaxseed to it. You can throw some brown rice cereal in it, like whatever your taste is. Today, we're just going to make them super simple. We're just going to throw some protein powder. I like to use Arbonne's vegan protein powder. It's got 20 grams of vegan protein. And again, it has no dairy in it. So we've got some gluten and dairy sensitivity in our home, but you could use any kind of protein powder that you wanted to. There really are no rules with this, like just to your taste. So as soon as that comes out of the microwave, we're going to mix all those together. And this is fun to get your kids involved with. You can get your hands in there, make them into balls. Sometimes for my customers, I like to put them in a sheet pan, let them chill in the fridge, and then cut them into bars. And they're perfect to just wrap up in a plastic wrap, stick it in your lunchbox, and it's ready to go. You could throw them in the freezer, and then you put them in your lunchbox. They're perfect for the middle of the day, but you don't have to. But sometimes that peanut butter can get a little bit gooey, just kind of, it'll be malleable. So just don't, stick them in your pocket, because then it's going to get all mushy in your pocket. But I love these protein bites. We've got, you see how that just kind of slushes around now? We've got a nice little melt on our peanut butter, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And listen, you can even use your stand mixer if you don't want to melt your peanut butter, or if you're just lazy and you don't want to mix it, you can throw it into your stand mixer. I've done that too, but you can't really over mix it. You just can't mess it up. This is just one of the easiest things to do. And it really is just a consistency thing, however it feels good to you, whatever you think you want to put in it. So we're just going to give that a little stir. And I have measured out 2 cups of oats, but you can always add to it. Again, you can throw anything in there that you want to throw in there. Just kind of the sky is the limit. We're going to go ahead and put all 2 cups of oats in, just because I really want it to soak up that peanut butter. But I am going to measure out this protein powder. We're going to do about 2 cups of protein powder. And once we get it mixed in, if we think we need to add a little bit more, we can always add some more protein powder. But this is just vanilla protein powder. Gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. We love that. I have such issues with dairy. Both my girls had issues with dairy. So I had to learn to cook gluten and dairy-free when my girls were both just little. And I have both of them eat vegetarian now, but one of them really, she's strict vegetarian and she loves these. But she'll put nuts and stuff in hers. And you can do that. And I like them sometimes when they're just a little bit crunchy. So sometimes I like to put brown rice cereal in them, and that makes them, I like that little crunch. And see how it's just a little bit creamy. I'm going to add just a tad bit more, because I did use all that honey. You really should only use about a cup and a half of honey, but I wanted them to be super sweet, so I used all of that honey. So we're just going to give it another little mix. And this is such a fun one for your kids to get involved in. Get their hands all in there and play with that. I'm just going to mix it all up. And then we're going to turn it into little balls. And see how it's thickening up really nice. In your stand mixer, that would be super easy. You wouldn't have to. Sorry, there's our next Instant Pot going off. Remember, we're prepping all of our meals. We're prepping a couple of meals. So the idea is to get your meat and potatoes and stuff done on the weekend. And then you've got meals for the week. So when you get your Instant Pots, and not everybody's going to have 2 Instant Pots in their kitchen, but if you get your Instant Pots going, they're just going to beep at you all the time and tell you, I'm done. I'm ready for you to mess with me. But we're going to leave them. We're not going to release the steam on them. We're just going to let the steam come down automatically on its own. Okay, we're just going to get a little thing, and there's no right or wrong to this. Look, we're just going to, you can make them as big or as little as you want. My daughter said she uses her little form. Sometimes she uses a little form, or she puts Ziplocs on her hands because she doesn't have gloves. I don't mind having the food on my hands at all. But look, they don't have to be perfect. And this is why your kids can do it. They don't have to be perfect. They're going to set up in the fridge. And those are really big, I know, to eat, but they're so super yummy. You're going to want to eat more than one of them. So we're just going to do this. Now, if you were going to throw them into a baking sheet, you want to line your baking sheet with like some wax paper or saran wrap. Just throw them into your baking sheet, pop it in the fridge, and then they're ready to go. These are not pretty at all, but you know what? They're going to taste yummy. They don't have to be pretty, right? Because it doesn't have to be pretty to eat it. So we're going to get all these put on here. We're going to throw them into the fridge and let them set up. And when we are ready for them, you're going to throw them in your lunchbox. You're going to, if they make it that long, they may not last in your fridge that long. And you might just even need to taste it while you're doing it to make sure it's okay. Oh my gosh, so yummy. So yummy. Okay, we're gonna get all those ready to go, and we'll be back and we'll talk some more about the Instant Pot potatoes. And we're gonna get your barbecue chicken loaded potatoes ready to go for the week. We're also gonna get your chicken burrito bowls ready to go for the week. So both of our Instant Pots have finished. So we're gonna take the chicken out of one, and we're gonna go ahead and turn it into our barbecue chicken sweet potato and our chicken burrito bowl. Look how wonderful that chicken is. And it's just gonna break right apart. So we're gonna put half of it in this bowl. And remember, we're meal prepping a couple of meals for the week. And this chicken is so versatile that you can do so many different things with this. And you don't want to throw away the chicken stock in the bottom because that is gold. It's got your onions down in there. Like if you were going to do chicken salad, you would throw some celery down in there. I will bag this and throw it in the freezer. Like just this last Thanksgiving, I did all of my pans of stuffing with chicken stock that was frozen. So all year long, I keep this. This is great for making soups in the winter. It's great for just anything that you need. If you got a sick kid, you're sick yourself, you just want to drink the chicken stock, this is absolutely perfect. And you've controlled the ingredients that are in it. So it's not like buying a box of chicken stock from the store. You just drink it right out of there. It's wonderful. So we're just going to shred this up. If it's cool enough, you could use your hands. I do that a lot with chicken salad, but we're just gonna chop it up here a little bit. This one, the one that I pulled off the top, has the most pepper on it. Usually I put the seasoning down in the water. I didn't do that this time. So this has got all the pepper on it. So we're gonna make this one the taco one, so it'll be a little bit more spicy. I'm just gonna give it a good chop. And then this one's gonna turn into our barbecue chicken. Once you get it nice and chopped up, we're just going to start adding our stuff to it. So I love to use my Aunt Carol's barbecue again because I can control all the ingredients that are in it, and it freezes as well. So I make big batches of it, throw it in Ziploc bags and freeze it. If you don't know by now, if you know me, I am a freezer cooker. I love to throw stuff in the freezer. Freezing things is your best friend, especially for meal prepping. You can pull things out super easy peasy. So this, we're just gonna put almost all of this barbecue on there. So I'm also gonna show you how you can make this a vegetarian dish, because remember, I've got a vegetarian at home. Well, she's 23 now. She doesn't still live at home, but as a mom, they always live at home, right? So she's mine. I'm gonna say she's my vegetarian in my house. She's always gonna be a part of my house. She doesn't eat chicken, so we're gonna do a vegetarian one. So I can just show you how easy and versatile it is to make this. So doesn't that, oh, that looks so good. We're just gonna let that sit for just a minute. I love Aunt Carol's barbecue sauce. It is my absolute favorite. And every time I take it somewhere or make it for my customers, they wanna know, where'd you get that barbecue sauce? I made it from my Aunt Carol. My Aunt Carol passed away this last year. So she used to love when I cook for my customers and I'd tell her, I'm using Aunt Carol's barbecue sauce. She loved that. So just a fun little memory to have of Aunt Carol. And then this one, we're gonna throw in some taco spice. As much as you want, as little as you want, it really doesn't matter because this is your taste. This is some Rotel with some green chilies in it. And the Rotel is just gonna help that meat stay nice and juicy. I'm just gonna put it all in there because that's a lot of meat and it's really, I don't want it to dry out. So again, we're just gonna chop that chicken up. You can throw in some water if you want to. You could even throw that chicken in the skillet with the spices to get it all incorporated. I'm about to put my hands in there because it's just so much easier to do. It's just easier to mix that all in. You don't want to pick up a big chunk of chicken in your mouth with all that taco spice on it. So we're just going to mix that all together. And we're just eating it here, so it's okay to use your hands if you're just feeding your family. You don't have to worry about, now if I was doing this for my customers, I would have my gloves on if I was using my hands. I know some of you out there are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just put your hands in that chicken. Calm down, it's okay. Your family's gonna eat it. It's just you eating it. You can put your hands in it. I think it needs a little bit more taco spice because I like mine a little spicy. I like to taste that taco. I wanna taste the flavor in there. It's so pretty when you mix that all. It smells so good. I wish you could smell this. I love taco seasoning on everything. I'm from Oklahoma, so Tex-Mex is a big thing there. So we love Tex-Mex. We love spicy. Now, if you ask some of my Mexican friends, it's not spicy enough for them, but I'm an Oklahoma girl, so my palate's not as strong as that, but I do like taco spice for sure. Okay, we're gonna set that off to the side for just a minute. I'm gonna wipe my hands off because I am going to also show you how you can make this vegetarian, and I don't want to touch, let me just rinse my hands. I don't want to touch the vegetarian with chicken on my hands. So we're gonna take a can of jackfruit. If you've never used jackfruit before, it is super simple to chop. It just comes in a can. This is young organic jackfruit. We're just gonna kind of chop it a little bit. Now, if you go into your Asian market, they're gonna have cans of jackfruit on the shelf, and you wanna make sure that you're not getting a jackfruit in syrup because that is not gonna be good for what we're doing with this. The great thing about this jackfruit is that it kind of absorbs, kind of like using tofu. This jackfruit's kind of like using tofu. It just absorbs anything that you're gonna cook with it. So this jackfruit is even great for chicken salad. I've made chicken salad for Harley. She's my vegetarian. She loves jackfruit chicken salad. So we're turning it into, let's do half in here. We're gonna do half of it with the barbecue and half of it with the taco. Now I didn't save any of the tomato to put in this. You can add it, but this jackfruit is really juicy. And I'm afraid if I put that tomato in there, it's just gonna get real watery and then it's gonna make your burrito bowl just super watery. So we're not gonna do that. We use this to chop it up just a little bit more. So we don't want it to be in those big jackfruit chunks. And it has these little seeds in it that they're okay to leave the little seeds in there. You can just go ahead and chop right through those. Just get all that goodness out of there because it's all stuck. So we're gonna put some of Aunt Carol's barbecue sauce on that one. Just give it a little stir. And we're gonna set it off to the side. Just kind of let those flavors marry for a little bit. I'm gonna set that one here. And we're gonna throw in some of the spice on this one. And it has a lot of that juice in there, so we don't really even need to add anything to it. I think it's gonna be perfect just like that. And once we put everything else with it, it's all gonna come together. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but when you're meal prepping, it's just really important to have everything out and kind of cook one and done. You know, you cook on Saturday or Sunday and you meal prep a couple of meals for the weekend. Either one of these chickens would be great to throw in Ziploc bags, throw them in the freezer. When you come home from a busy day and you need something, take that chicken taco out and make some chicken tacos or taco salad, like anything. It's just so versatile. And that's the key to meal prepping, is that you just want to prep ahead, right? You're just prepping stuff just to make your life a little bit easier. So we're gonna leave that one off to the side. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab our sweet potatoes. And since we're meal prepping, we're just gonna plop those sweet potatoes right down in here. Oh, I can't wait for you to see how yummy those turned out. We're gonna grab these sweet potatoes out of here. They're gonna be really hot, so just be careful. And we're gonna cut into those so you can see they're super, super soft. And you can't even see that they had oil on them. We're just gonna cut one right open. Look how soft that is. Oh, it's still so super hot. Here, let's just try to break it open so we can get some of that goodness down inside there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love sweet potato. Now, I don't like sweet potato. I like savory sweet potato. I love putting nice savory things, but this Instant Pot does the best sweet potatoes. I'm telling you, it is just wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna do the barbecue chicken on one. So we're gonna throw this in there. Look how yummy that is. And you can throw anything on top of that. We're gonna throw a little cheese on there. Got some ranch, you got some sour cream. That's ready to go. You're gonna plop a lid on it, put it in your refrigerator, and it's gonna be ready to go. So we're gonna do the barbecue on this one. This is the jackfruit barbecue. We're just gonna throw the whole thing right on there, all the juices and everything. This probably would make 2 sweet potatoes, honestly. 1 can of jackfruit is gonna make 3 or 4 sweet potatoes. But that's gonna give lots, that's gonna give a nice little generous portion for that. You're gonna plop your lid on that, and you can really do anything on top of there if you want. Let's throw some cheese on there just to make it nice and pretty. And those are 2 meals. One is your regular chicken, barbecue chicken. The other one is vegetarian, ready for the week. Next, we're gonna build our chicken burrito bowls for the week, but first we've gotta grab our rice out of the oven that we prepped earlier. Okay, so now we are going to build our chicken burrito bowls. Our rice is out of the oven. Look at that nice crispy on the top. I love jasmine rice. I love it so much more than brown rice. Jasmine rice is just white and fluffy. We're just gonna give this a little stir. I love those little crunchies, and I wanna make sure and get them all in there. Jasmine rice has a really, the palate of jasmine rice is just so yummy. It's just so different than brown rice. So we're gonna throw some jasmine rice, or throw the bowl across the kitchen, whichever you prefer. We're gonna throw some jasmine rice in the bottom of our bowl, however much you want. Like if you're counting calories, if you're counting macros, if you're counting carbs. I don't know how to do macros. My daughter does macros, but I'm a rice eater. I love rice. So we're gonna throw a good portion of rice in the bottom, and then we're gonna take our taco, chicken taco, and we're just gonna put a big portion of chicken taco in there. And remember, we're doing one with jackfruit. So we're gonna throw this taco jackfruit in one. And you probably want to label which one is your vegetarian, because they kind of look the same, especially when you put all your toppings on the top. Then I'm just doing, in this super versatile, like chicken burrito bowls, just think of it as how you would want your burrito, or like if you go to the store and you order a chicken burrito bowl, you can put anything in it. So this is actually the Mexicali corn. So it's got a little bit of peppers and chilies in there. We're just gonna put a little bit of that in there. And this is just straight out of the can, because you're gonna throw these in the microwave. So it's gonna get nice and warm. We're gonna do black beans. Again, Instant Pot. I love doing beans in the Instant Pot. They turn out beautifully. These are actually organic in the can. I didn't Instant Pot these beans, so you can do that. I like to do organic as much as I can, just to control the ingredients that are in there. But Instant Pot beans, I'm telling you, you can make a whole stinking pot of Instant Pot beans. Freeze them, use them for later. They are, and so easy. 25 minutes and they're done in the Instant Pot. And you have a huge portion for the whole rest of the week. So we're gonna top that with a little bit of cheese. But you could put anything. You wanna do chopped onions, you wanna do sour cream, whatever you want to put on there. Look how pretty and yummy that is. You're gonna throw the lid on that, and you're gonna put it in the fridge, and it's gonna be perfect to throw into your lunchbox for the week, or if they last that long, you may eat them before the week comes up. But just a real quick, simple way to get some meals prepped for the week. Thanks, friends, for joining us on this episode of Prep Like a Pro. Just to recap, we used our Instant Pot and made our Instant Pot chicken, turned it into barbecue chicken loaded sweet potatoes, as well as our chicken burrito bowls. And we did that jackfruit to make a vegetarian option. We also threw together our protein bites to carry out the door. So easy peasy, all your meals ready for the week. You can follow me on Facebook at Ready Made by Renee, or you can find my website, readymadebyrenee.com. Be sure to join us next time as we prep some more food for your busy weeks ahead. I'm here to help you prep and prosper in the kitchen. Love you, friends. Talk to you soon. Bye.